Still at my parents', my plan is to get going around noon today. I am just still trying to rush and get everything I can done. Having access to my laptop, it has taken a long time. I have 10,000 plus video clips that I had to offload. Not to mention, I was way behind on video edits with everything going on, Jen leaving, not feeling well, etc. So I am trying very hard to catch up. So there hasn't been a lot of sitting around and relaxing. So it seems bad to be leaving this late, but the reality is, unlike Kansas where it got hot at around 11:30, here max temp isn't until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Now granted, I'm still going to hit that because I'm leaving here at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, but I'm going up enough. I should be at 9,000 feet by the end of the day. They're talking about highs in the 75s instead of the 95s. And now back to the unpleasant part, walking uphill. My pack feels a little funny because I swapped a couple of things out. For example, I got rid of that bright orange light hard gear rain jacket. I love the color, I love how compact it is, but it blows around in the wind too much. And since I'm in Colorado, up in the mountains, I'm expecting more of these windy storms happening. So I went back to my ye old Stormline stretch that we treated with Nick Wax to hopefully make it at least a little waterproof. It actually worked out kind of perfect that I made it this far the other day because Shelf Road turns into dirt and my parents didn't want to go up there in the pickup. It is warm out here, but it is only 88 degrees. So like I said, I seem to have outrun the heat wave for what it's worth. I am hearing thunder off to the side here, so I am going to have to deal with storms, but they're a little less stressful up here since I'm down in a ravine, unless I have to go over a pass or anything. I was grumbling to my mother while I was packing up because things feel just a little bit off because I've gotten really used to how everything fits together, and then I, get a new sleeping pad. And you see how much extra poof there is to that? One of the things I really enjoy about being on trail for long periods is just how comfortable you get with all your gear and how quick it is to assemble, disassemble. I always know I have everything. I know right how everything fits together. If I was struck blind in my tent, I could still probably do everything, pack up, and get going. So this is kind of the divider line, at least how I've been thinking about the whole, hike across America thing. Mostly because my parents live here, it is a little bit further than the halfway point by a couple hundred miles maybe. But more importantly, this was where I got into the western terrain, which is kind of my home stomping ground. I am anticipating less easy progress, see me huffing and puffing up the hills now that I'm getting back to, 6,000 to 9,000 feet today. But I am also very much comfortable in western terrain. I've done a lot of miles, peak bagging, etc. out here, and I just enjoy areas like this where if I need to camp, I can go find someplace to camp. I do think I'm going to have to be a little more disciplined just as far as making sure I wake up and leave early if I want to maintain my 22 miles a day minimum. I am still ahead of schedule by about a day, I think, even with the time off. I had gotten that far ahead due to the couple of 30-mile days that we pulled and just the general going, 25, 26 whenever I can. Obviously, as it gets later in the year, the days are going to get shorter, so I either have to push into the dark or be going faster, and I don't think I'm going to get much faster. At this point in the hike, I'm better part of 3,000 miles in. I'm not going to get any stronger. It's more I'm either in really good shape or I am 2 steps from completely breaking apart. Both of those statements are true any given moment. At least so far, I've been fairly happy with how I've been managing it. There's been a couple of things as far as just, I was rolling my feet out because they were hurting. But I don't have some of the persistent issues that I remember having on the PCT or the Eastern Continental Trail towards the end. Hopefully that just means I'm getting more used to it, or I've figured out some trick that works for me. This is the road my mother didn't like driving. It's about a lane and a half, and it's really hard to inch around somebody if you run into somebody coming the other direction. So in general, still a lot of roads, but a little more wildernessy, less camping stress, more access to water, at least for a little while. I'm going to get back into areas on the CDT overlap, etc., where I can actually use this water filter I've been carrying unused for hundreds of miles lately. Obviously, the section through Utah and Nevada, there are going to be big water carries, so I'm still going to have to carry a gallon on my back. But at least to me, the western half seemed like it was going to be the less stressful half of this whole jaunt. My rough estimate was till the end of November or till Thanksgiving. So I figure I've got a little over 100 days more. I think this is day 145, so not anywhere close to done, and a lot of hard work up ahead. I mentioned before that I had viewed Kansas kind of as the big barrier due to hot summer weather, and then the Sierra Nevada being the barrier due to snowy winter weather. And it is a complete crapshoot as far as how late in the year I will be able to do the crossing past Reno. It could be doable in end of October. It could sock in September, and I might have to end early. Just have to play it by ear and do the best timing I can. I won't really know till I get there. I feel fairly comfortable making that call since I have a lot of experience in the Sierra. So all I can do is day by day keep making as good a progress as I can and see what I can do. At the moment, at least for the next couple of days, that is mostly going to involve trying to adapt to the altitude and struggle to make as many miles as I can. I'm currently up above 6,000, no big deal. Cripple Creek's up around 9, and I'll be at 9 for a little while before I drop back down towards Colorado Springs. And I am noticing a little bit of a difference. My pack feels heavier. I was telling one of the other guys back behind me on the ADT that yeah, Kansas was rough, don't get me wrong. Heat, water, all of that, but it did make for some nice easy walking through those cornfields. Oh, I am just grinning every time I come around the corner. Really a shame Jen couldn't make it this far with me. And this would be the sort of place I would just love to live. It's probably best Jen isn't here with me. She'd be going through corn withdrawal. Not a single cornfield. Just all these spectacular, beautiful mountains, rocks, and trees. Yeah, serious corn withdrawal. So unfortunately, I am still not able to filter the water necessarily because there are mines around here. Looking at the map, the whole area up around Cripple Creek is one big mine, and can't always be sure there's not going to be things in the runoff. If I can find a creek that's coming from something like that mountain up ahead, then no problem. But I did start out carrying a gallon. Once again, I thought it was going to be 95 degrees. I'm drinking it fast, but I am feeling it today. think I just had some sort of survival bushcrafting caravan come by. Huh. Oh, that is chilly. Outer gate's open, but not the inner. Oh, wow. Closing in on 9K. Well, damn. Yeah, we'll see. I was debating, did I want to stop before town so I could stealth? Did I want to go into town, get my miles, and stay in a hotel again? Or did I want to try and push out? But I'm not sure this stopping before town is going to work. Looks like this is a pretty major mine, and there's warning signs about cellular cameras everywhere. Okay, getting towards 7:30. Honestly, if I could find a reasonable stealth spot, I think I'd rather do that. However, this is either grazing land or very heavily marked mining, do not trespass. And I'm going to run out of chances pretty quick here. Cripple Creek is apparently a gambling hub. So there are a bunch of casinos up there. I guess that's what it's known for. So there are hotel options. I had a cheap hotel I was kind of leaning towards when I was just looking at general plans, because I kind of figured I'd be in the circumstance. But after that whole experience in Fowler, I am at the moment a little wary of anything where multiple reviews are saying it smelled bad, because Fowler was pretty damn bad. People really just cannot control their freaking dogs out here. He charged at me out of the bushes. Seems like somebody else was camping in the bushes out here. And welcome to Cripple Creek. And yes, I have been singing that song to myself most of today. Really wanted to camp. Any of the spots I was eyeing near town didn't work out for one reason or another. So I am probably reluctantly staying in a hotel. There is a marked site after town, but it's another 9 miles. I got to go up above 10K still. I don't quite have that in me. And I don't have a lot of confidence. It looks like more of these mining works. So if I thought I could just go 4 or 5 miles outside of town and camp, I would do that. Though I would need to get water and food here. There's a gas station somewhere. Man, I really did not want to hotel it tonight. That is kind of the path of least resistance, considering I need to resupply at the gas station in the morning to get me down to the next town. This town is a weird mix of casinos that are open, but it just feels so empty here. Granted, it is a Sunday night and all, but there's also a lot of closed down buildings and things. So this was the moderate hotel option. Didn't complain of super bad smells. And it's right across from the gas station I was planning to resupply on, so I'm probably reluctantly staying here. I love being 2,800 miles into a trip because people's reaction when I say what I'm doing is, damn. Okay, I really wanted to camp, but this made more sense. walked in and I talked to the guy at the front desk, and he ended up cutting me a deal, so I got a good rate on a hotel. So I'm feeling a little better about not being wimpy and having to haul over the next mine and trying to find a place to camp in the dark. So home sweet home for the night, and maybe tomorrow I'll even get to camp. Finally.
After I got back to California last week, I had a furious 2 days of teacher prep, and then we had a weekend. So I headed up to the Sierras for a fresh breath of mountain air, going to the mountains, going home, as they say. Plan is hiking to Tamarack Lake tonight, hopefully have a real nice, pretty, peaceful camp, and then hike to the top of either Mount Bupkin or Mount Wheeler tomorrow morning. I got my happy, peaceful alpine camp. This is Tamarack Lake with Broken Finger Peak up above it. There's a babbling creek. There's little pikas, which are one of my favorite animals, running around all over the place and squeaking. Maybe I can capture one of them later if I'm lucky. And cozy tent site. Tomorrow morning, just for a little fun, I'll see if I can pick her out up this slope, up on top of that ridge, and then get over to Wheeler Peak there. All it's missing is a mat. Lots of thoughtful reflection when it's me solo. Not much laughing or joy. I don't think I've laughed all day today, actually. Miss you, Matt. Home sweet home for the night. Other than one little third-class cliff band section down by the lake, this is shaping up to be a typical Sierra talus log. Pretty much all stuff like this. The granite feels good though, even if it's in block shape.